today's video, I want to talk to you about how you could make your first $500 to $1,000 selling on Amazon. So I'm going to give you a really actionable, easy to follow technique that you could use today to find your very first Amazon product. So yeah, I'm going to keep this video nice and straightforward. If you are new here, you're interested in learning what we do full time, which is sell on Amazon. We have a number of different private label brands. That's what this channel's about. We created eBusiness Boss to document it all. So if you want to learn, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications bell, because that way you'll be the first to hear about new videos that we drop every single week. Today we're on Black Box, and the tab we're going to use is keywords. So I was having a think, and I think this is probably the easiest way to show you. And if I wanted to know from scratch how to make my first $500 or first $1,000, this is what I do. Amazon is a search engine, okay? And the products are all powered by the keywords that people input. So that's why I want you to use this section. So if you haven't got Black Box, sign up, give it a go. You can get 50% off your first month using our coupon in the description. If you do, we will make a commission. We always mention that sort of thing. So search volume, I'm going to go through this all with you. We're going to go for keywords that are searched on a monthly basis between 700 to 4,500 times. And monthly revenue, we're going to look between 5,000 and 17,500. So anywhere in that range, I would say a minimum of 5,000. You could take it slightly higher than 17,500 if you want, but really we're going to be looking for a starter product under that level, because the products that have loads and loads of monthly sales and revenue are usually much more competitive. And we're looking for those little pockets where we can find a market that we can come in and start serving customers. So price, today we're going to leave that blank. Review count, so we've gone here on average of 22 reviews to 132. So anywhere in that range. Really you want more than 20 because we need enough data. If it's less than 20, you've probably got a product that's either very seasonal or maybe it's got a pattern. We usually like to see at least some reviews, okay? And yeah, we can leave the rest blank. We will go into 3 specific categories, and that would be arts, crafts, home and kitchen, office products. You could tick a few more. These are categories that we find opportunity in all the time. So let's do it. Let's go through and see what we can find. And you're just going to be getting really inside my mindset and the most important things that I think about when doing this. So we'll take this first one as an example. This isn't going to be something we'd investigate because I think a table is just going to be too big. But you want to scan across, look at the monthly revenue, look at the reviews column, okay? And monthly sales, that's important. Search volume is telling you how many times this keyword in particular is searched for, okay? So let's keep going through. OVO, that's a brand name. So we want to avoid any brand names. Blanket, to me, that's going to be quite seasonal. Ink cartridges, complicated, difficult to make. Peaceful classics, that sounds like music. So really, you're just using your common sense to look for product ideas that sound not too complicated and maybe something you could have made and you could start selling yourself. So when you've got really specific keywords like this can be great, but sometimes they can be related to brand names. This is a magic handwriting practice copybook. So this could be something interesting that you could investigate, but we're going to keep going. Okay. Again, St. Patrick's Day, this is obviously going to be seasonal, very popular once a year. So we don't want to be selling anything with any seasonal words in whatsoever. And let's keep going through. And I can tell you just exactly what I would think. So resin press, that sounds interesting, but straight away I'm looking at the price, $210 on average. That's going to be too much for us. Spring candle rings, quite interesting, but spring. So yeah, this is definitely going to be seasonal. I was wondering if maybe it was a spring design, something to do with some sort of ring that went around a candle. But anyway, incorrect. So we wouldn't want that because it's seasonal. And really from this point, you're just going to need to keep sieving through and look for something that takes your interest. And this is exactly what I would do. I think what we might do is skip ahead a few pages. So we could go through these one at a time, but I'm just going to click through quickly to see if I can find something that just jumps out. So 5, okay, that was lucky. Moon shelf for crystals. Now that's very specific. I've heard of a few people that have made quite decent money selling shelves. This long tail keyword, so a moon shelf for crystals, that's pretty specific. 1,500 searches a month. a nice average price, close to $40 a month, only 162 sales on a monthly basis, which this is encouraging. If you're trying to make your first $500 to $1,000 on Amazon, we don't want to be looking at, you probably haven't got, $40,000 to invest. You've probably got a few thousand. So because this sells a lesser amount of units on a monthly basis, we're only going to have to put in an order of, say, maybe 200-300 units for our first order. That makes it more affordable for you. Some of our products now, we're ordering 5,000 up to 10,000 units at a time. And for anyone starting out, especially when we were starting out, we wouldn't have been able to do that. It would be too much risk. We didn't know what we were doing. So yeah, this is why we like to find products like this. And this is perfect. So the products out there, they're well enjoyed, which is what we like to see, a product that works. And especially if we're going to copy the product idea that's there, a copycat version. So we're not going to copy anyone's unique design, but we are going to copy the sort of basics, if you like. So let's have a look. 6,000 a month, this is interesting. And yeah, I'm glad we found a product because straight away, I think there's loads of stuff we could do there. So look at this. Ignore these at the top. These are all sponsored. But look at this row. The highest we've got here is 99 reviews. And this is the one that stands out to me. And another lesson here, look at this image. It's actually much bigger than all of these. And one thing we say to all of our designers is when you're making our main image, take up as much of this area as possible because we want to do everything we can to stand out and capture the attention of the person. Try and stop them in their tracks. So that's why bright colours are cool. So let's have a look at this listing. And this is what I would be doing. I'd be investigating a little bit further. And straight away, it's 4-star and only 87 reviews. Images, okay, I like this because they're explaining. I would like to see some dimensions here. There's no dimension. Okay, sorry. Yes, there is. So this is what we want. We want to tell people exactly what size it is because if we don't, then they won't know if it's going to be right for them. And they might go and buy someone that does tell them. So these are cool lifestyle images. I would potentially have some people in there. I think seeing people in images, according to a few studies, boosts conversion rates. We tend to trust it a bit more. Some directional instructions showing it can be hung on the wall or placed on a flat desktop. All important stuff. And to find out what you should put in these images, I would find versions of the product you want to sell with the most reviews and look at their reviews. See what people are complaining, what people are loving about it, and play up to those points in your images. So then, this is all part of Helium 10, I'd go down and have a look at their keeper graph and look over the last 90 days. So wherever you can see this solid blue line, that means they're in stock. And the pink line below, the lower this goes, the more they're selling. So as you can see here, the pink line goes up because the blue line's broken, they're out of stock, okay? And that really is a very, very powerful feature, okay? Because you can really see the whole history of a product just by looking at this graph. So this is encouraging. Over the last 90 days, they have been selling really well when they're in stock. And yeah, according to the blue line, whenever they've been in stock, they've been selling really well. So it looks like they've just had stock issues. And let's have a look. So what does this do on a monthly basis, this listing? And if you were to make a modest 30% margin on this at $15,000 a month, 10% would be $1,500, times that by 3, you'd be $4,500 of profit a month with 380 units. Now, if you were just doing this for the first time, you might only be ordering, say, 300 units, 200 units, because in your first month, unless you hit it out of the park, you're very unlikely to sell as many units as the best-selling listing. So you're going to drip into it. And maybe after you've sold 50 and you're feeling confident, you can put in your next order. Or maybe you'd wait to 100 because you want enough time to make back a bit of money and then put in your next order. So a lot of the time you're going to break even on probably your first shipment. Yeah, we tend to make profit on each shipment, to be fair, but that's why it's so important, because if you find a market like this where you're not selling too many, it's not too competitive, but there's plenty of sales on offer, then you're not going to spend thousands launching this product and having to try and compete with very, very established advanced sellers. So we want low competition opportunities. And this is how I think you could make your first $500 to $1,000 selling on Amazon. So guys, I hope that was useful. And if you did find it useful, please smash the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you liked, maybe something you didn't like, any questions you've got. And most importantly, if you did like it, why not subscribe turn on the notifications bell. We'd love to have you here in the community. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. There'll be more from us again very soon.